If you are hovering over the thumbnail preview of this video and are one of the gamers who have already decided that they are going to buy Grand Theft Auto 6 at launch no matter how much it costs, I would very much appreciate you letting me know whether or not you are ready to start paying $100 for your video games. And if you don't mind, please explain why or why not. And if you don't even bother to watch the rest of this video, you still have my genuine thanks for doing just that much. I don't often engage with internet discourse on public forums, but this is a topic I would like to gather some additional perspective on. The last time I gave any type of commentary outside of one of my streams may have been last year, when I was asking the Destiny 2 PvP community if they were planning on pre-ordering the final shape, despite no new content being featured or even discussed for PvP. I could ask the same question of those who are currently eyeballing the Edge of Fate, but I'm not even gonna bother, because I already know the answer. Bungie is gonna Bungie, and the addicted grinders are gonna grind when and how Bungie tells them to. But I'm not here to take a dump on anybody who enjoys what they are being fed via the live service conveyor belt of subpar, won't even miss it when it's gone content. So why waste resources on creating actual content when players will happily pay to ride the treadmill of artificial engagement? The money makers understand that it's usually the loot and the rewards that keep people playing these new multiplayer games for unhealthy periods of time. I have much more that I could say about Destiny and whatever the hell is going on inside of Bungie headquarters. But what I really want to talk about is you, and why you don't feel like video games are worth playing unless there is some reward, accolade, or cosmetic for you to unlock. Whatever happened to playing video games because they are intrinsically fun? I remember a time when my friends and I would simply play the latest game until we got bored, and once that happened, we would find something else to do. But one day, a shift in the culture occurred, and what I considered to be a hobby became for many the foundation of their lifestyle. Now here we are in 2025, and every multiplayer game I play online tries to manipulate me into spending more money via an in-game cash shop, while drip-feeding us content throughout the fiscal year to control engagement and groom ignorant spenders. Is this how things are supposed to be? Has the golden age for video games come and gone? Well, I don't think things are as bad as some of these drama tubers would have you believe, but things are pretty bad, make no mistake. I'm just not overly concerned, because it seems like the people are finally ready to wake up. It only took 10 years, but I think the live service bubble has finally burst. And soon, we will see a suite of new developers with actual talent and vision rise to the top of the industry. Some of the best games I've played since buying a PlayStation 5 came from smaller studios and independent developers. The most recent title being Expedition 33, which by my count is absolutely a Game of the Year contender, even with me not being your typical RPG enjoyer. I even finally made time to play Hollow Knight for the first time here in 2025, and it quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. However, when it comes to my most anticipated game of the year, I was really expecting Doom: The Dark Ages to blow my socks off, but for the first time ever, I find myself disappointed with a Doom game. Sure, I had fun while I was playing it, but it didn't hit any of the same highs that Doom Eternal was able to reach. I understand that id Software wants each of their Doom games to be a standalone experience, but I don't feel like they went far enough with the melee concept in the Dark Ages. And the enemies are not intelligent or dangerous enough to make me sweat like I still do playing the base campaign of Eternal. I'll have to make a separate video going into detail about how I feel about Doom: The Dark Ages, because I did play through it twice. My first playthrough was on Nightmare, second on Ultra Nightmare, and it was a cakewalk both times for me. I don't know what everyone else's experience has been like with the game, but I crave a different kind of challenge than what the Dark Ages currently provides. More about that later. For now though, I'd like to focus on the main reason why I'm speaking with you all today. The world is changing in more ways than one, and whatever excuse the industry wants to give for charging more money while giving me less product isn't going to matter unless you agree with them. Answer me this: has the quality of video games improved since the price increased from $60 to $70? And do you all even care that $80 might be the new inflated price point for base level access to AAA entertainment? Because I'm not seeing it. What I do see is the price increasing to $100 next year if we all take this lying down. You see how bad microtransactions have gotten. They went from being about $2 for a weapon pattern that could be applied to everything within your inventory to $50 or more for some Fortnite-inspired crossover cash grab and a skin to be used with one weapon. Being a free-to-play game does not excuse this activity either. If the game is good, I'll happily pay for ownership rights and then play the game until I'm done with it. But that's the thing. They never want you to be done, somehow, some way. The suits have to keep you engaged with their heavily curated digital ecosystem. It's all about turning players into payers via social engineering and exploiting your fear of missing out. Now, this isn't a problem exclusive to the realm of video game entertainment. How many times have you engaged in a group activity where you didn't actually care about the activity? Like going to see a shitty movie with a bunch of your friends because you're down for any excuse to hang out with your friends. That's exactly what's been happening with online multiplayer. Most of these games are not good, but they stay populated because people desire to be part of a community. And when you don't have anything else, most people take what they can get. That combined with casino-style loot drops and daily login rewards, you nerds never had a chance. But now you have a choice. You either like the way things are going and are content remaining plugged into the matrix, or you've seen enough to know that things don't have to remain as they are. Well, if I have anything to say about it, change is coming in one form or another. We've already gotten rid of loot boxes, though I'm not sure if I can attribute that victory to community solidarity. And we may finally be past the intentional uglification of female characters in Western video games. Maybe. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't even realize that was such a big deal until a bunch of Stellar Blade discourse hit my timeline. I for real thought all of you gooners were weird for all the excessive stellar booty hype. I remember complaining about the changes made to female character depiction after Mortal Kombat 9, but what I did not realize was how political the issue had become. And just to be clear, I'm all for freeing the boob, but y'all didn't need to be so openly perverted about it. Maybe wash your ass and hit the gym a few days out of the week, and you can find a woman willing to make your fantasies become reality. Anyway, you've listened to me ramble for long enough. I'll be making commentaries like this more often. And with these new games becoming outlandishly expensive, I expect many of you will either become more reliant on a subscription service for access to your new games, or maybe just wait for the inevitable sale. Regardless of which side of the line you stand on, whether you are wealthy enough to not give a damn about what the poors do for entertainment, or if you plan on riding that free-to-play conveyor belt to the morgue, I thank you for hearing me out, and humbly request that you drop a like and share the video. If we can get at least 100 likes on this one, maybe we can continue this conversation with a follow-up video, and discuss what type of video game I would be willing to spend $100 on at launch, even if it is only the standard edition. In the meantime, I hope you all are drinking plenty of water, and follow my socials if you can't wait to continue this conversation, or just have something else you want to get off your chest. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.